A notorious prison, once thought locked in history, is making headlines again. Alcatraz, the impenetrable fortress in San Francisco Bay, is set to reopen, by order of President Donald Trump. His plan: to house America's most ruthless and violent criminals. But why now? What does this mean for the future? Today, we're unpacking this shocking announcement, diving into Alcatraz's dark past, and exploring what reopening the rock could look like. Buckle up, this is going to be intense. News like instrumental. On May 5, 2025, President Trump took to Truth Social, declaring that Alcatraz must be rebuilt, bigger, stronger, and ready to lock up the country's most dangerous offenders. He's directed the FBI, Department of Justice, Bureau of Prisons, and Homeland Security to make it happen, calling for a substantially enlarged prison to tackle what he describes as vicious, violent, and repeat criminals. In his words, "We will no longer be held hostage to criminals, thugs, and judges afraid to do their job." This isn't just a policy move, it's a bold statement. Trump's framing it as a return to a tougher, no-nonsense era of justice. But Alcatraz, the prison hasn't held inmates since 1963. It's a national historic site, drawing millions of tourists each year. So why bring back a relic of the past? To understand, we need to look at what made Alcatraz so infamous. Historical instrumental. Alcatraz Island, nicknamed The Rock, sits over a mile from San Francisco shore, surrounded by freezing, current-swept waters. Opened as a federal penitentiary in 1934, it was built to hold America's worst criminals, those too dangerous for other prisons. Think Al Capone, the gangster kingpin, or George Machine Gun Kelly, a ruthless bank robber. The prison's tiny 5 by 9 foot cells, strict no-talking rules, and solitary confinement in the hole broke even the toughest inmates. What made Alcatraz unique wasn't just its harsh conditions. It was the myth of being escape-proof. The icy bay, shark-infested waters, and armed guards deterred most. Yet, in 1962, 3 inmates, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, staged a daring escape using spoons to dig through walls and a raft made of raincoats. They vanished, leaving a mystery that still sparks debate. Did they survive? No one knows. But that escape cemented Alcatraz's legend. By 1963, the prison closed. Too expensive to maintain with crumbling infrastructure. It became a tourist attraction, its eerie cells and haunting stories drawing visitors worldwide. So why reopen it now? Modern instrumental. Trump's order comes amid rising concerns about crime in America. His supporters see it as a tough-on-crime stance, targeting repeat offenders and those he claims exploit lenient judicial systems. The idea of a new Alcatraz taps into nostalgia for a time when prisons like the Rock symbolized unyielding justice. But this isn't just about locking people up, it's about sending a message. Trump's post suggests a focus on deporting criminals who entered the country illegally, though details remain unclear. Logistically, rebuilding Alcatraz is a massive challenge. The prison's infrastructure is outdated, and expanding it would cost millions. Environmental concerns are another hurdle. Recent studies show rising sea levels threaten the island, with parts at risk of flooding. Then there's the question of management. Some on X have raised concerns about who'd run this new prison, with one user joking it shouldn't be managed by San Fran lunatics. Others speculate Trump's plan is more symbolic, a nod to his base rather than a practical policy. Building intensity. The announcement has sparked a firestorm. On X, reactions range from enthusiastic support, "Do it," to skepticism, with one user quipping, "He's just watched The Rock, hasn't he?" Critics argue reopening Alcatraz is a publicity stunt, impractical in an era of modern supermax prisons. Supporters, though, see it as a bold move to restore order. News outlets like Fox, Reuters, and the BBC report the plan, but many note the lack of specifics. How will it be funded? Who qualifies as a ruthless offender? What's clear is that Alcatraz remains a powerful symbol. Whether this plan moves forward or stays a headline, it's reignited fascination with The Rock. Could it really house inmates again? or is this just political theater? Fading out. Alcatraz's story is one of fear, mystery, and defiance. Trump's order to reopen it has thrust the rock back into the spotlight, raising questions about crime, justice, and America's future. What do you think? Can Alcatraz rise again, or is this a chapter best left closed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more stories that shake the world. Until next time, stay curious.